So hi, I'm Madonna and I'm a life and business coach with my own business called Change Central, and I'm on day 21 of the Propulsion Challenge. So hey, it was a very super cool training today, Chris. Thank you very much. And what I really enjoyed about the training today was your sort of one-on-one coaching technique. So being a coach myself, I watched that very closely, and it was really good to see how you were interacting and with that really lovely lady. She's so sweet. So thank you very much, Chris, for that extra little additional bit of learning in the coaching world. So yeah, I really connected with that lady. I thought that she was so sweet and so lovely, and I could see how much she really wanted to be of heart-centered service and provide a really intimate, personal, top quality sort of retreat experience for others. And so yeah, I really hope that she got there. So I wonder if she actually ever did. Today we have 2 questions to answer. The first one is about the conditioning that I received in my childhood. My family background is pretty humble. We weren't financially rich. We were but quite, rich as far as being family-centric. So we were all born in Toowoomba in the Darling Downs, which is a farming community just west of Brisbane. And essentially we're pretty humble, sort of earthy type people. And my granddad was a butcher, my dad was a butcher, and one of my brothers is a butcher, and the rest of us are all pretty intelligent as well. So yeah, it was a good childhood. We spent a lot of time playing backyard cricket, playing with the animals, kicking a ball around. I used to love personally swinging on the clothesline. That's like my favourite thing to do as a kid. So yeah, it was a pretty clean childhood, and I had that experience up till about the age of 8 when we moved to Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast, and I grew up at the beach. So I went from that childhood to then a beach childhood, and that was a really, really wonderful childhood. I really appreciate the cleanliness, and it was just a clean childhood. It was just outside, and we really enjoyed the beach a lot. So yeah, it was great. As far as the conditioning, the most sort of influential people in my family were all women. So my mum was very influential, my sister, and my 2 grandmothers. And I consider all of those women to be strong, independent women who all, they all groom themselves immaculately, and they, really have their households in check. So, and they're all wonderful cooks, and they have raised their children wonderfully. So, I have a lot of strong female role models in my family that I think have definitely contributed to me being a strong, independent woman who appreciates fine grooming as well. I think probably one of the things that I remember the most is my grandmothers and their amazing Sunday roast lunches, and how they would think about what other people enjoyed to eat and cooked that, and not so much what they enjoyed cooking, but they cooked for others to make them happy. So we always had all of our own favourite desserts cooked, and my dad or my granddad would bring home the best cuts of meat from the shop, and yeah, so it was a lovely experience at my grandparents' house quite often. Question 2. Yeah, so sorry, before I move on, so I'm really grateful for my childhood, so thank you. Thank you for that. Question 2 is about what is the What's Propulsion Challenge reconditioning for me to believe and do differently in my life. It is giving me a really big spring clean, much overdue, much needed one, and on a number of fronts. So as far as business is concerned, it's been a really good refresher to make sure that I'm doing all of my due diligence work, my market research, my cash flow projections and financials, based on reality, not imagination, and determination. You know, it's just given me that extra bit of confidence to point me in the right direction as far as the latest marketing techniques and online technologies. Emotionally, it's given me quite a major breakthrough in the sense of around grief and forgiveness and acceptance, particularly around grief to do with the death of my little girl Daphne, and also the ending of my marriage. So that's been good to work through some residue grief that I found there. On a romantic level, it really hasn't kind of helped me in that way at all. I'm still single, still available, but I think, you know, to some extent I just I'm not actively seeking a relationship. I'm actually quite content on my own at this time. I do have a lot to achieve this year. I want to achieve study and travel, and that needs to kind of happen before Rupert starts going to primary school next year. So I do have the freedom to do that this year, and I really want to take advantage of that. So romantically, that's kind of all on pause, and I haven't really met anybody that's really lit my fire to such a point. You know, I have met people that have absolutely lit my fire, but you know, they haven't been available, or perhaps I didn't like theirs. So yeah, maybe if I do meet a man that does that, all of that might change in an instant. But right now, that hasn't happened, and so I'm quite kind of, you know, cool being single. On a spiritual level, the World Propulsion Challenge, there really isn't an obvious connection there. I am already, I do have strong Buddhist practice. I practice every day, and I am a very spiritual person anyway, so I'm not really sure how that can help me, but yeah, there's no obvious sort of aha moment on a spiritual level. To do with my health and well-being, I think it's been really good to remind me to be disciplined, more disciplined and more proactive around that. So, and that's very important to make sure that I'm putting in the right fuel, because I can't perform with, you know, chunky fuel and inconsistent fuel. So that's been good on that level. So basically that's my day 21 wrap up, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to watching other people's videos and providing them with support. And so feel free to like my video and give me some feedback if you would like to. Okay, so love and light, and this hand, love and light, and I'll look forward to seeing you on day 22. Thank you. Good night.